What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to me life. I know a lot of us get down some, and I know a lot of us are stuck wondering what's next, what could be, what are they gonna say, what is that person gonna say, what if they say this, what if they say that. Most of that stuff is all stuck in our head. And I mean, a lot of people would ask, I mean, they don't really ask, but you would think that people would wonder how I'm in the position I am today. By the way, I'm 8 months clean today. But it's not even just about that. It's just being, how am I in this mental state? Sometimes in a good mental state where I can keep moving forward, and why I'm in this position and how I'm in this position. It's because I take risks. And sometimes they're good risks. Well, I mean, within reason, taking a risk and what's the reward. And I've mentioned that in videos before, because a lot of us are stuck wondering, and we're afraid to ask something. We're afraid to say something to somebody because we're afraid of a reaction, because it's stuck in our head and we're thinking, oh no, this person's going to say this person's going to say that. Oh, they're going to say no. They're going to say this. They're going to say that. Who gives a shit if they say no? Who gives a shit if it's a no? Who gives a shit if it doesn't work out? Who gives a shit? If it's not going to hurt you, if it's not going to kill you, and it's not going to harm you in any way or harm anybody else in any other way by asking a question or making an attempt to go do something that you want to try to do, it's not going to hurt anybody if you fail. What it's going to do is it's going to make you realize that that thing or whatever person or whatever it is or whatever is not, it's not for you. And that's what your chance is to move forward. That's what's giving you the chance to move forward. Giving yourself the chance to move forward is letting go of what you were always wondering and what you wanted to know and what it would be like and all this stuff. And that's what I do with myself. I take risks. And I mean, we all most of us, or a lot of us, overthink things that will hold us off from things that we want to do and we want to find out. So 10 years later, we're still stuck with that in our head, and we go, I wonder what that was like, or I wish I did this, or I wish I did that. And you don't want to be stuck with regret. You don't want to be stuck with things bottled up inside your head. So you make attempts to try something, talk about something. If you're scared for a reaction, that or a bad reaction, fear meanings, like, fear pushes me. Fear makes me, if it's within reason, and it's the reward is nothing too fucking bad, then I'm gonna take the risk. And whether it's asking somebody a question, whether it's trying to find out what it would be like, you're not going to know who you are and what you're about and what you're capable of and what you're supposed to be doing if you don't let those things off your chest, and if you don't follow through with them, and if you don't take those steps to try something or try to get that answer, whatever it is. And I know a lot of us are stuck in that situations. I know a lot of us are stuck. All I'm saying is that I can't stress this enough, saying that I'm not perfect every day, and I'm learning these things as I go. But I guess it really truly I had to get clean to figure that out. And I mean, not everybody is stuck on drugs or they're stuck in addiction and stuff. And if you are, then it's holding you off from your true feeling. It's holding you off from what you're supposed to be feeling in life. And eventually that will hit you. And it hit me a few months later, and it's hitting me so far. And I'm starting to see these things more clear than I did before 8 months ago. And again, this isn't just about me being clean. This is just for everybody that's struggling with something in their mind, or a task, or something that they want to get done, and they're afraid to do it because they're afraid of a bad result, or they're afraid of it might not work out, or they're afraid that they'll get a bad answer. If it's not going to hurt you, if it's not going to physically hurt you and take your life out, if it's not going to physically hurt anybody or yourself, take the risk and ask somebody and get it off your chest, because you will not know. I repeat, you will not know unless you do it. You can wonder, you can think about it, you can ponder about it, you can overthink it, and overthinking has got me stuck here many, many times. head is stuck in this one spot. Not just in this one spot, obviously, but I mean, like, it's got me stuck, and I go, no, this is what's going to happen. I shouldn't do this. But I've learned to, like, over the years, to take that risk and make the attempt, because when I do make those attempts, and even though I'm overthinking, going, oh, well, this might not work out, whatever, but when I take that risk, and if it doesn't work out, at least I know myself what I'm supposed to do to go forward with that. Because if you're stuck wondering, even if it's a bad answer, even if it's a good answer, it doesn't matter what answer it is, you're always going to be stuck wondering what it is until you find out. And if it's a good one, you be thankful that you took that step. I've told this story before, but no, I don't think I've really told the full story, but there was like, I have multiple explanations, or I have multiple examples of like what I'm talking about, and taking these steps to figure out what's stuck inside your head and what you're supposed to be doing, and what steps you're trying to take. And I've mentioned this, actually I mentioned this in a comment, and I guess they probably took it the wrong way unless they don't understand it, but I've mentioned, and I've gotten told this myself too, and I didn't really understand it, but baby steps isn't saying like that, oh, I'm only in a small part of my life and I need to take these small steps. And no, that's just life in general. Baby steps, taking small steps towards it. And if you want to take the big step from here to over there, then you're going to find out very quickly that you're going to get shot right back. Because if you think that you're supposed to be in this one spot and you jump right towards it, you're going to find out very, very quickly that you're not supposed to be there right away. Or maybe that's not your spot. So baby steps is taking it day by day, taking your time, just doing your work, showing up, meaning showing up, getting up in the morning, getting dressed and going to do what you're supposed to do. Showing up, meaning that's what that means. Getting up, showing up, taking steps, taking small steps towards what you want to be doing, because you need to be understanding each step that you're learning, because each step that you're taking, you're learning, and what's going to help you in that final step, or that one final big place where you want to be, or situation, or whatever. My point is that, like, just take the step. Ask the question. Take the step towards that job. Take a step towards what you've wanted to do. Because you won't know. You won't know if it's a yes or a no. And you can constantly think about that stuff in your head, and you can constantly overthink it and say, well, this person's going to think that person's going to think this, and that's going to think that, and blah, 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 blah. I've been there. I am there. I still am sometimes, but I'm still learning to, like, I'll take those small risks, and you have to keep this in mind. Risk and reward. What's the risk and what's the reward from it? What are you going to get from it? What are you going to get from it? No matter what, risk and reward, meaning if you jump off a tall building, you're going to hurt yourself, right? That's just the obvious. So risk and reward. What's the risk? The risk is jumping off this building and see what will happen, and landing onto the ground and hurting yourself. That's the reward. So you're going to hurt yourself or hurt somebody. That's just an example of risk and what's the reward. So finding out an answer that you've wanted to, like, say you've wanted to find out what somebody thinks about you, or what the job thought about you, or how that car was going to work out, or how that hobby was going to work out, or how that dream was going to work out. Once you take that step and you try it, you'll start to feel something. And if it doesn't feel right, it will push you away from that and will put you into a different position. In between there, a lot of people want to give up because they think that one thing over here is it. It's done. It's over. It's done. Oh, that person doesn't like me, or they don't like me, or this is. No. You keep moving forward, and you keep trying to take those risks, and keep trying to mention, or trying to get off your chest what you're trying to do, or physically do, mentally do, whatever you're trying to do it. Taking that risk and trying it, because the reward, you just think about it, risk and reward, right? Like, what's the risk? For example, like, oh, I want to find out what this person feels like and want to text them. What's the risk? The risk is you're taking a risk to jumping into hot water because you're scared of the answer, or you're scared of what it's going to be. But even if the person told you no, or whatever it was, I don't want to just bring up a person or whatever it is. If it told you no and you stop there, you're still going to be wondering what's next. But if you don't stop there and you go, oh, they said no, or this didn't work out, maybe it's time to try something else. Because a lot of us get stuck in this circle, and then every single day they're complaining about something so little, it's frustrating them and tearing them up. And then in the end, it realizes that there was no point of doing that, because you're still fine and you're still alive and whatever. I mean, just take the steps, people. Try it. Like I said, there's probably a lot of people think of like, oh, well, how does he do it? And oh, he thinks he's this and he thinks he's that. And no, I don't think that I'm anything but myself. I don't think anything higher than anybody else. My frustration gets the best of me sometimes, but sometimes that's towards people that I feel that aren't respecting me and respecting my well-being and my wishes and like what I feel that I need in my life. And if people are going against that and disrespecting me, I'm gonna go back at them. And that's just our human ways, and you can't get mad at anybody for that, or get mad at yourself for snapping back at somebody. Just because I say that I'm positive and I think positive, meaning that I think going forward, no matter what the negative is, if I have to tell somebody off, I'm going to tell somebody off, like, period. That's just how it is. It doesn't matter if I'm positive or negative. It's how I feel, and trying to protect me, myself, my well-being. So like, don't take me out of context, or anybody take me out of context if I ever like get frustrated or anything. It's just our human ways. And if I can get it off my chest and react to it that way, then it will help me realize where I was supposed to be and what I was supposed to be saying. And day by day, I learned that. I don't want to get too confused into this video. I don't want to say way too much and try to make it all confused and throw this video off to the right or the left. So I'll try to keep it straight. But yeah, take risks, try different things, try new things. If you're struggling mentally, talk to somebody. If you feel out of place, talk to somebody. Get it off your chest. I mean, I like to make these videos because it gets it off my chest, because I'll keep thinking about it, and then I won't turn on the camera, and then I'm constantly thinking about it, and then the idea or the thought is gone. So I just do it. And if you don't feel you're getting the reaction from somebody that you wanted, maybe it's not the right person. Or whatever the thing is. It's not just a person. Whatever the thing is, if you're not getting the right reaction that you want, maybe it's not for you, and maybe you need to take a different route. Maybe you need to go around the bush instead of, trying to go straight through it. I probably shouldn't say it that way, because a lot of people try to beat around my bush and it doesn't work. I'm not saying beat around the bush. I'm not saying lie about it and go around the bush. I'm saying take a different route if it's not working for you. I'll leave it at that. I appreciate y'all. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that like button for support. It would be much appreciated. Share the crap out of them. It'd be much appreciated. You probably won't see this one today, which is Tuesday, 8 months clean. I'll have another video before this one. So when you do see this, I hope it's all going well. And yeah, keep that head up. Much love to everybody. Keep that head up. Much love to everybody. Keep that head up. Oh wait, I repeated that already, didn't I? Much love to everybody. Keep that head up. Keep smiling. Peace out.